Starting. There we go. All good. So, all right, let's get rolling. Thanks for everyone for joining. This is episode 4 of Vibes Adventures podcast. I'm Steve Walsh, also known as the Hands-On Angel. This is my badass banker buddy, Rob Hughes. Got the best hair in venture. And we're here to talk things all about startups. And Rob, we got a little bit different. We're going to do my 3 things, but you had a nice idea, which is we're going to do my 3 things, but my 3 things for 24 and my 3 things that we're looking forward for 25. So why don't you kick us off with where you're at? What do you think your 3 things are for 24? Do you want to go back and forth 1, 1, 2, 2, or do you just want to go through your 3 for 24, my 3? What do you think?
Yeah, we'll do my 24, your 24. You can lead with 25. I'll go 25. I have to say, I'm having a particularly good hair day because for the first time in my life, believe it or not, I used the blow dryer today.
Now, the question is, was it just for this or was it for other things?
No, I did. So one of my boys, Teddy, actually has better hair than I do, which is wild. And he likes to have his hair blow dried after a shower. And so I did that the other night for the first time. I was like, okay, I've never blow dried anybody's hair.
Dude, you've never blow dried your hair?
Never, not even one.
Hair, you don't blow dry it? Wow.
Not even one time until today. Today was the first time. So this is the first time blow dry. I hope it looks good.
You know, I must say, it is. I noticed it is kind of feathered and flowing. It's
a little fluffy today. It's got good flow. So I didn't have that in the cards for 24, or ever. I was like, I'm never going to blow dry my hair.
Please tell me that was not like one of your top 3 things for 24 that you blow dry.
No, I went downstairs and my wife's like, did you blow dry your hair? I was like, yeah. She's like, you are such a diva. I was like, yeah, okay. I was just trying something new. I wasn't trying to be a diva.
So what was Jess's feedback? Was she into it or she like, don't do that again?
It was the classic wife feedback of eye roll. You know, like she's like, you're such a diva, eye roll, and then she's on to the next thing. Like
she's out. She's like, okay, on to the next thing. I got a day to start. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, for my part, I was like, okay, that's fair. You know, that reaction could have gone much, much worse. In fact, I've gotten worse reactions even this week. So I'm going to take my win, a slight win. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to be very, very happy with it and just move forward. So looking back on 2024, we had our 3 things for 24. And so not in any particular order, but man, I had a couple of things I was recollecting from the year that I was really, really happy that I got done. One was like a longer term goal that I had for 2024, which was I wanted to keep my weight within like a 10-pound band. And so I do a lot of training, a lot of working out. I eat on a meal plan. I do all this stuff, and I was like, I wanted to keep my weight within a band of 10 pounds for the year, and I did that. So I was really, really happy. The low was after point number 2, a 5-day water-only fast. So I was really proud of myself for getting that done. I got 5 days only having water, but at the end of it, I was like the lightest I'd been all year. And then, you know, so that kind of skewed the numbers. I probably would have been within a 5-pound band if it hadn't been for that. So 1 and 2.
The water fast was fucking crazy, man. Like that when you did
I'm doing a 7-day one. I'm doing a 7-day one. I have a list too. I'm like Santa Claus. I've got a list. I'm checking it twice. Whoever wants to join my list, it's going to be a 7-day water only fast sometime in April. And I'm going to get a crew together. We're going to start a text thread, keep each other upbeat, keep each other going, and break our fast virtually together. If you're down for trying that and you've consulted with your doctor, then you too can join my 7-day water only fast.
Yeah, this is definitely not health advice. Now we got to start doing freaking disclaimers.
Definitely not health advice. This is not health advice. It's not health advice, but I personally will be doing it.
Why? Okay. What made you want? If I could just for a second, why did you want to do this?
So I did a 3-day one I want to say in the spring or maybe the early summer, and I did it over a weekend. And I noticed on day 3, I was like, I have an incredible amount of focus. It was almost like I was on Adderall or something. I was very, very focused. I could get stuff done. And I'd read that there's some really great benefits from doing longer fasts. And the first 2 days was not great, but the 3rd day I was really in a good zone. And I said, I want to do that, but I want to do it in the middle of the week. Like I want to start on Monday and then on Friday. And so that's what I did. And I hosted multiple events. I was on panels. I was not just like sitting in my bed. I got a ton of work done. I did it with a friend of mine out in, I think he's in Salt Lake City, and we were just keeping each other up to speed. We broke our fasts together online. It was just a great experience. And then he was like, hey, if you ever want to do a 7-day, let me know. I'm like, I'm going to want to do one early next year. So started talking to a couple of friends. I think I have 3 other people that are already signed up to do it with me. So I'm going to do it. Apparently it's like really, really good for like cell rejuvenation. So gets out all the old bad cells, replaces them with new ones. So, and also very interestingly, I wasn't hungry. That's the weird part. Like after day 2, I was not hungry at all. I was just grooving.
All right. What's number 3?
Number 3, I launched Bank Shot, which was a media company, content around startups, podcasts like this, a couple of things that I'm doing, some of which we'll get into later. But I launched it and published it, which was I think the harder part was actually putting it out into the world. So we're on Instagram, we're on X, and on YouTube. I don't know if we're on TikTok yet, but we're posting shorts from some of the content we've already made. We have a large calendar for next year of things that we're going to get done. Really trying to bring the startup story of founders and fund managers to a broader audience and get it out of the echo chamber that happens inside a startup world. So
congrats, man. Goal. I mean, look, starting's the hardest part. Whether you're a founder or doing anything, starting is absolutely the hardest part.
Yeah, starting and then continuing. But what's interesting, Steve, the shorts are getting a lot more views on YouTube. Like I was surprised how many views they're getting. So I'm hoping we can blow it up this year and get it up and really make it a force for good for founders, so they can get their messages out and sort of bring some entertainment to the startup scene. That's what.
Congrats, man! Super happy for you. That's big news. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my 3. Let's see. I'm gonna start off with sharing something because I like visuals. The first one involves you because for those that don't know me or haven't spent time with me, everything I do is around how do you bring founders and funders together, because I truly have a belief that when you do that, really good things happen. And Rob's a great example of that. So I will share my screen. This is a picture from LA Tech Week. I did 3 events where my boy Rob Hughes, with great hair, right next to me in the middle of the screen. I hosted 3 events this week, one of which was LA Tech Week, which is here in October. I hosted an event at Boston Tech Week in July, and I hosted an event that Rob was also at South by Southwest in Austin in March. So hosted 3 events this year. All of them were very different. The LA event was really focused on underrepresented founders. The Austin event was actually for one of my portfolio companies, Christina from Edify, who was doing a fundraise. And the Boston event was really about Boston tech founders. So I really believe that when you bring great founders and funders together around a single purpose, that awesome things happen. So that was a big win for us this year.
Did I go to the Boston one?
You did not. You had another event that day. You weren't able to.
That's crazy. I went to the LA one and to the Austin one, but the one in my backyard.
But you didn't go to Boston. We both freaking live here, man. Isn't that awesome? Hey, Rob, want to go to LA? Sure, I'm in. How about Austin? Great. What about Boston? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm booked.
Sorry, I'm in Cambridge that day. I can't make it to downtown.
That's fantastic. Yeah, the one event you did not go to that I did was the Boston event. Isn't that crazy?
Where was it?
That is at Foley and Lardner at their office at the Prudential.
I mean, that's literally attached to my building too.
It's literally.
I think I was at an event there the night before. Wasn't I at an event there the night before?
You were at the event remember the event you did with Jorge and with Jeremy that I didn't go to? You were there the night before. My event was the next day.
Oh my God.
Isn't that awesome?
That's a miss on my part.
That's okay. So that was number 1. Let me share again. I'm getting better at the sharing thing.
You are.
Number 2 for me. Number 2 for me is Techstars. This is the second time I was a mentor in residence for the Techstars Boston Accelerator. This is the cohort that graduated a few weeks ago. It has been an absolute blessing in my life. The cohort was amazing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable founders. My good friend, Jennifer Davis, runs it with our good friend, Steve Bernard, and Aiden Kittredge, who we know real well. And the team is fabulous. The founders were fabulous. And again, it's a way for me to really try to give back to an ecosystem that gives a lot to me. Some of these founders were just absolutely fucking mind blowing with what they're building. And I was so, and Anuj and Ben, the other two mentors in residence who have become really good friends, are just awesome people to work with. And I can't tell you how much I have just enjoyed my time working with the team at Techstars. It's been an absolute blessing in my life, Rob.
He plays a lot of Ultimate Frisbee, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
And I've never had a cohort that has drank so much in my life. And they weren't like 20 somethings. They were like our age founders that just would work hard all day and then go out and like rip whiskey at night, like insane.
Yeah, I didn't get into it with this cohort, but there were a couple of threats of me getting into it with them. So there were threats of us having a night multiple times that never came to fruition, and my liver was super grateful for that. It's like, thank you for not making that happen, because it was close. There were a couple of nights where it was like, do you want to do this? Awesome. I was like, no, not tonight.
That's not awesome. Tonight. So that's number two, and that's number two for me. And the last one, it goes around, how do I bring founders and funders together? I spent a year of my life building this. I actually launched my first digital course this year. It's called the Funding Accelerator, which is really a course that's designed to help early stage founders make the fundraising process easier. It's how do you help raise faster? How do you get back to building and grow? And it was something that took me a year to build. And when I started this, I really wanted to build something that was for founders by founders. And I interviewed 40 of my portfolio companies that I had successfully raised money with. And all of the content came from those conversations with those founders. I did video interviews. It took me 3 months to film them. And I used all of that to create the content. And they really helped me craft this course. And it was really meant in an effort just to make the fundraising process easier for founders. It's something I'm incredibly proud of. I wanted a way to go from helping a couple hundred founders a year to a couple thousand a year. And this is the way I decided to do that. So the feedback has been awesome. It's been an incredibly humbling experience to build a course from scratch. I'd never done it before, so I built it all by myself. It took a year of my life, but I'm really proud of the content. And more importantly, I'm really proud of the founders that it represents that I work with. So
that's amazing. Congratulations. That's really cool. I don't think I've ever seen the cover of it, which is like, it's that really good design work. Who did that for you?
A founder that I got to know who was, had a dev team and like was able to put it together for me for really short money. I mean, the best part about working with early stage founders every day, Rob, is there really isn't a technical challenge that can't be solved in like one text. Like my Hands on Angel logo got trademark approved, which took a year and a half this week. So I'm like, how do I now get that stupid little trademark, registered trademark on all my stuff? And I'm like, I don't want to hire somebody to do it. So like I texted two of my founders and like 10 minutes later, he's like, send me the logos. I'll have it done tomorrow. It got flipped around in 24 hours. I'm like, this is awesome.
That's incredible.
It's fucking awesome.
So that's incredible.
You want me to lead into 25?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have any visuals for 25 because none of this has happened yet, but we will. We'll have pictures and videos going forward. So the first is everything I love to do is about my founders and funders and bringing them together. And you and I have really developed a cadence, I would call it, of doing events together. We love working with each other. We want to find more ways to do that. And every time we do events, we just come away feeling really good. So we've talked about how do we do more of that next year? And we want to take the elevator pitches that you started here in Boston, which have absolutely crushed. And for any founder that's never been to one of Rob's elevator pitches, you are missing out on an unbelievable experience. And we want to take it on the road next year. So we want to do a road show. We've identified 3 potential places we want to do it. We want to start at South by in March. We're thinking of doing one at New York Tech Week, which is, I believe, in June. And then maybe go back to LA and do one on the West Coast for our West Coast founders. So sort of have the Northeast covered, the Southwest, and then the West Coast, and do 3 of these this year. And this isn't your mother's, event, Rob. We want to do it bigger and better. We want to have live music, DJs, have fun, food, drink, and again, give an awesome forum for founders to practice their pitch with real investors. So that's a big goal. To pull off 3 of these is going to be really hard, but we're surrounding ourselves with some great people to help us, and I'm super excited. And we want to host a live stream here on Entre when we do it. We talked to Michael Mara this morning, the CEO of Entre. We want to host a live stream for it. So that's number one. The second is you and I really do a great job of supporting each other's content, specifically on social. And I just checked, and I got about 600,000 impressions across all my platforms for this year, which was up almost 50% over last year.
That's great.
I want to try to get to 1 million impressions next year. I would love to get 1 million impressions across all my platforms: LinkedIn, Twitter, X, YouTube. See if I can do it. It's an auspicious goal, but I'd love to do it. If others can, why can't I? The last is, how do I get the Funding Accelerator now that it's launched? How do I get that into the hands of 1,000 founders next year? How do I get that resource in the hands of 1,000 founders so they can learn how to fundraise faster and build their company? So those are my 3 things for 25.
Those are great. I should have started on 2025 so we could end on a strong note with you. Let's see what we can do here though. So one, our first one's aligned. So I'm really looking forward to doing the elevator pitch outside of Boston. That was one of mine for 25. And to get the thread started today on Austin was really encouraging. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun doing that. Also, we're going to get to do one with MIT at the end of this month, which is going to be really cool to collab on. So if you don't know, the elevator pitch is an interesting experience for founders and for funders. We get VCs into elevators with founders, and they have the 20-second or so ride to the event space to give them their actual elevator pitch. It's a little bit of fright for sure, nerve-wracking. You only get one shot, so it's a lot of preparation for 20 to 25 seconds of talking, but it's a lot of fun. It's a good learning experience, and it helps people craft those 2 sentences that they use every single day to tell their story and get people excited about what they're doing. So we've done 3 of those overall. I've done 3 of those over the years, and we've had some incredible outcomes. Founders have gotten checks written. VC folks that have been in the elevators have been really gracious and wanted to sign up again and again and participate. It's like 5 minutes out of their time, and they get to see 10 new companies. It's really great for them as well. But we're looking forward to bringing it to Austin, LA. We talked about New York, and then if those 3 go well, we can earn a trip to Art Basel. That's what we decided already. So we're gonna. I'm anticipating we'll be in Art Basel in December doing an elevator pitch. I don't know which one of those is going to go best, but I think we'll get better as we go. And hopefully we'll have some great success stories of founders getting checks from investors that they meet on those elevators, that they make that incredible impression on. That's not the goal, but that is an outcome that would be a great outcome for us, and it has happened in the past. So if you're going to be in Austin for South by, make sure you sign up and show up. Or if you're in LA Tech Week or New York Tech Week, we'd love to see you.
And Rob, all the ones you've done before have sold out, right? Like you've had a waiting list for people to get into these things. Like it is honestly, it is a truly unique experience. And if you follow Rob on socials, check out his LinkedIn. He's got some video content from the last one that was done. It's a truly unique experience for a founder. Could I say truly a few more freaking times?
Keep saying truly.
It really requires the founder to get their pitch super tight because you only have 25 seconds. And it's amazing to see that transformation. So I think these are going to crush. I think we will be oversubscribed for every city we bring it to. And I think people are going to want to literally be involved. We're going to have obviously some sponsors get involved. I think it's going to be awesome, man. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's
going to be great. I think and we're working on a couple of things to really enrich the experience for founders as well and close the learning loop. We do a virtual pitch coaching session with Stu Papp, who does that professionally, helps the founders craft their 20 seconds. We're going to be recording the pitches and then sending them to the founders so they can see how they actually performed. We're just trying to make sure they get really, really tight on those 20 seconds, on those those couple first lines that you get, where you get to a chance to start off on the right foot, get buy-in from your audience, start the right way, and sell downhill the rest of the conversation. There's a saying, it's people make up their mind about you in the first 7 seconds, and then the rest of the time they're trying to affirm that their original read on you is correct. And so it's in all of our best interest to start off on our best foot forward, to put ourselves in the best position to succeed in every conversation, especially when you're trying to start a company. It's a underutilized skill that I've been working on for a while to help people sharpen up, and hopefully help them out on their journey. It's a soft area that you could just kind of poke at and always work at and get better at. And so once people go through that experience, it resonates with them like, oh, I need to do this better or that better. Great. If you get that out of the experience, fantastic. If you meet someone incredible, fantastic. If you meet someone who wants to invest in you, well, nobody's going to be upset about that. So that's what it's all about. And it's a lot of fun as well. So you get to have some fun, meet some new people and enjoy yourself. All right, so number 2, I want to build Bankshot I want to get it up to at least 20,000 subscribers this year. It's a goal I'm going to push it for. I'm going to push it real hard. I'm going to find a way to get it done. I have a couple of levers I'm going to pull, but we're going to be creating incredible startup and VC content that we hope will supersede the echo chamber that is the startup ecosystem and make its way to the mainstream and give founders at the earliest stages audience with people that want to use their products and just didn't know they existed. So that's our goal. We're filming content, we're putting things out in the world and hoping that if we keep at it for long enough and put up good enough stuff that it'll end up making its way through that little barrier that exists right now. Number 3, this one's going to be a little controversial, but I think it's my best one for 2025. No new friends.
I think that is but when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, the no new friends one was like, I was just thinking about it. I have some incredible people like you in my network, Steve, that I've been collaborating with and building stuff with. And you kind of I tend to get very distracted by new shiny objects. And so I've
the flashlight
decided
around with the squirrel.
Yeah, the squirrel. There's a lot of really incredible, interesting people out in the world that want to do things with me and that I want to do things with. And I think I have a good core crew that I can build significant things with this year. If I just batten down the hatches and just say, hey, I'd love to meet new people, but hopefully they're all founders or funders. And outside of that, I really want to be collaborating closer together with the people that I want to win with and go deeper, not broader. I'm not going to boil the ocean and keep expanding. I want to go deeper with the people that I trust, and I think we can build something significant together with. So 2025, hashtag no new friends.
It doesn't mean you're not going to be a social person, but I think you're trying to lean into what works and who it works with. And it's very difficult to get deep relationships if you don't lean into that stuff, because there's only so many hours in the day. There's only so many days in the week, and you can't be everywhere. And you have to figure out what's the best use of the time for you and for them, and how can you lean into it. Like you and I are doing this every single week now. This is a conscious decision to be here every week with each other because we care for one another. We feel like we get one another, and we want to build something together. And that's really powerful. But if you're constantly saying yes to 50 new connections to do that with, you can't get any shit done. You just can't.
Yeah, I don't think you can move as fast when you don't have as much trust either. So there's a trade-off. You're going to do something with someone new, you're going to have to build trust, and building trust takes time. But I think 2025, I don't really want to work on starting from zero on that trust game. I want to be building trust with the people I already have a great foundation with, so we can go from doing good things together to doing great things together to doing exceptional things together. And that's not going to be doable if I'm starting from zero with someone this year. It's going to be the people I've grown longer term relationships with, that I've known for a while, that I feel a high level of confidence in, that I know what they're going to do on their end and they can depend on me as well. I'm just going to move forward with those people this year. And look, if at the end of the year we reevaluate and say, hey, I might need to add some new people to the circle or move some people out that didn't perform as well, that's fine. But for this year, I'm sticking with my crew, and we're going to do some big things together. And if it works, incredible. If it doesn't, we'll readjust, but that's the plan, and we're going to stick to it.
Hey man, I just like that it made the cut.
Of course you made the cut. Why wouldn't you?
I was waiting for Rob to say, and I've decided, Steve, we're going to do some trimming of the tree, and you're part of that. This is the
last episode of Vibes and Ventures.
This is going to be the farewell episode because I've decided to trim the tree, and Steve didn't make the cut.
Well, if the episode with me wearing a full-on Grinch outfit didn't end the pod, I don't know what will.
I sent that episode to one of my interns today that helps me on the video side. She's like, I love that episode. That's going to crush. I love the fact you guys got dressed up in stupid outfits.
I'm low-key cannot wait to put that thing on. Like,
Dude, now my wife's like, we're doing that next year. We're getting matching outfits, like matching grins. I'm like, seriously?
Oh yeah, that's gonna kill. You guys are gonna.
Yeah, Kim is like, we're getting those next year. That's what we're doing. Where did Jess get those?
I don't know. I'll find out and I'll send you a link though for sure.
Yeah,
because they're super comfortable too. I couldn't believe it. But because we have the kids for they're on Christmas break, so she's running them around God's earth right now, trying to wear them out because children are full of life and we are old and not so full of life. And so
unless you're doing a water fast, unless you're in a 5-day freaking water fast,
Steve, I'm gonna get you on that water fast.
Then you're Thor. Then you become Thor.
I'm gonna get you on that water fast. You're gonna love it.
I love food too much, dude.
You would be surprised. You get over the food part very quickly. You'd be surprised.
I already drink 10 glasses of water a day. I drink like 10 of these a day.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, easily. I'll have 2 of these, not this, but a plastic one. I'll have 2 of these before I even get out of the gym, and I'll have probably another 8 or 9 of them at home throughout the day.
I like that bottle. Let me see that bottle again.
Yeah, it's a Yeti. It's a Yeti, and I have stickers from some of my favorite places. The Cottage, which is the local place on the island where we get drinks.
That's a great sticker.
My son lives in Huntington Beach. That's a surfboard company there. Plum Island, where I hang. Wow. My favorite bar in Plum Island, Sunset Club, which the sunsets are amazing. So just all my great hangouts.
Steve, I have a water bottle as well, and my wife she's got me started on this, and the kids, they put stickers all over there. So I thought it looked super, super tacky because the kids do it, and it's like layers of stickers. Excuse me. But I started doing stickers on mine now, and I don't know, it personalizes it in a way that I wasn't anticipating. Like I was like, I don't get it. Why do you want stickers? It's perfect as it is. Now I'm like obsessed with the stickers. Like I'm
the funny thing is, Rob, if I really get inside this, it's all about places that make me happy. It's like these people that own this place are awesome. This is my favorite bar. I love to fish, especially at Plum Island where we live. Like the Jacks, this is where my son lives in Huntington. Like these are all just places that make me happy.
That's incredible. I think like that's the way to be honest, is like use the things around you to reflect that happiness circle back to you. Like, hey, that thing brings me joy. That place brings me joy. Get you back in your happy zone as quickly as possible.
So when I'm grinding and doing video editing or shit I don't want to do, I just look at this and go, I'll be on the water in a couple months, or I'll be in California in a couple weeks, and back to my happy place, man.
I love it. I have a question. How much did you end up dropping for weight in 2024? I have
a weigh-in tomorrow. I'm down 20 right now. As of last week, I was down 20. I'm weighing in tomorrow. I weigh in every Tuesday.
I'll tell you what. I ate the worst I've eaten since July when I was on vacation this past week. And I woke up yesterday morning. I was like, I cannot wait to get back on my jam. So I was good. I'm back in my rhythm. I was back yesterday. I'm back today. I'm like, oh, I missed this so much.
If I time it right, Rob, my goal, I really wanted to be down like 30, 35 pounds total. And my goal was to do it by like May. And I started this like 2 October. So I'm right on schedule. Like if I'm down 20, I should have no problem getting down by like my 30 to 35 pounds by between now and May.
You know when you'll know that it's really taking off is when you have to get new suit jackets. Like when you can't just even bring the ones in you have anymore. It's just like I can't even wear these anymore. They're just too big on me. So
for Christmas, we have 1 more minute. For Christmas, Kim got me the Ultra Human ring. No, I'm not an order. So I like this one better. No subscription. Does everything Aura does, but no monthly subscription. Buy it one time. I'm tracking my sleep, my steps, heart rate, all my stuff. Because I didn't want to wear an Apple Watch. I didn't want to wear a Whoop. I don't like stuff in my wrist, because I like to wear bracelets like you do. So I have bracelets and watches. I'm like, well, I don't want to put another thing on my wrist. This is perfect for me. I don't mind wearing rings.
Yeah, I don't like wearing rings, especially in the gym, for a number of reasons. So I don't do the rings. I got the Whoop game strong, 4 years. The data came back this year. I was even more healthy this year, which is great.
But see, when I see you, you're not wearing the Whoop.
Huh?
I don't typically see you with the Whoop on.
I always have it on. Look at this tan line, dude. That's
interesting.
I always have that thing on.
Whoop, there it is.
Whoop. Whoop, well, Ahmed, sponsor the pod, dude. Get behind people that are trying to be healthy, you know?
So look at that. We did all my 3 things for 24 and 25 in 30 minutes. Very tight. We're getting better at this, man.
We're getting something with it. I don't know if we're getting better, but
it's something.
We're doing something. I don't know if it's getting better, but it's definitely happening.
That's awesome. All right.
Are you on at 8 tonight?
I am. I'm on. I'll be back on Entre at 8 o'clock tonight with Scott to do our last investor office hours of the year. So this is our last part of the year, and this is awesome. Well, big plans for 25, my friend. Thanks for sharing your my 3 things. As I say all the time, I appreciate you, everything you do for me, and most of all for being my friend.
We should
and
have
thanks to everyone that joined.
We need an overlay for like the 2025, like my 3 things, 2025.
You know what I might do? I'll text Sean, see if he could do it for us. That'd be kind of fun.
Sean's the man.
He is the man. He's totally the man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording here. Let me stop this before we leave. That would be good. Stopping. Come on.